Hello everyone. I wanted to make a quick video for a device that I recently purchased called the Virgin Mobile Kyocera K9. This was part of the Rave series of phones made by Kyocera. This was actually one of the first phones that I actually had the pleasure of using on Virgin Mobile. I had a K7 actually, and then went up to the K9, which they're very, very similar devices. I actually found this phone, new in box, online. And for nostalgia purposes, I wanted to go ahead and purchase it and really just see how it is. I remember having the K7 and the K9 somewhere in the 2004-05 range. I was in middle school at the time, and I think I bought it at Sam's Club, I want to say, with Christmas money. Now, this phone was new in box when I did get it online. So it did have everything new, but I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough of this device, just for those who are still nostalgic and might have had this phone a long time ago. One cool thing about this device, I actually do have it activated. Virgin Mobile is gone. They are out. I think all the customers were shifted to Boost Mobile. However, I did activate this with the Sprint MVNO, and they activated just fine. No mobile web or anything like that. So the Virgin Extras and all that doesn't work anymore. But the phone does make calls, receives calls, sends text messages, and so on. Sprint CDMA, their older network, is on its way out. So I wanted to go ahead and play around with this while I still actually had the time. So in the box, you're going to see here, it's still got some barcodes and stuff on it. Let's see. The thing here says, new additional offer, get 10 minutes all the time for just 35 cents a day. Man, I don't remember. I didn't remember how expensive this was in comparison. Real music ringtones, built-in flashlight, Kyocera. On the back, let's see. I do remember it's got a lot of MTV stuff, and I do remember that on the device. Let's see. Superphonic ringtones, Virgin Extras, MTV. Let's see. 10 cents after 10 minutes, 25 cents for the first 10 minutes of the day. Whew. Text messages are 10 cents and free to receive. I do remember that I actually, when I had this device, I would tell people to text me first, so I didn't actually, I wasn't just texting someone. This is before texting was all a big deal. I had this little packet in here. I went ahead and opened it up. Basically walked you through everything, how to actually get through with Virgin Mobile, starter airtime. And that's actually the Kyocera slider. I think it was SE47. I really wanted that device, but at the time it was very expensive. And yeah, I did not have the money to purchase that one, but I do remember that vividly. Okay, here we go. Here's something cool. So if you did all of this in a month, so 80 phone calls with 112 minutes, that would be $25.60. You sent 15 text messages, $1.50. You received 12, so that's $0. And you downloaded a $2 ringtone, would cost you $29.10. Whew. All right. All right, so then it just goes through things about topping up, that kind of thing. Virgin Extras, I remember this stuff. The MTV stuff, ringtones, that kind of thing. Virgin XL, which this phone didn't have. Yeah, okay. Other than that, there's just a manual in here, Kyocera K9, and then your Virgin Mobile terms and conditions. So nothing too crazy. Other than that, the battery was in here, the Kyocera charger, and then the phone itself. So I have been playing with this phone. I've used it actually quite a bit over the past week. just playing around with it. So I actually do live in a decent Sprint service area for their CDMA service now. When I actually owned this phone, I remember I did not have good service at all. I was living, with my parents, and they were probably most of the time with Sprint phones, you were in digital roaming. I could get 1 bar if I was lucky. Virgin Mobile did not roam, so what you see is what you get. There is a little screensaver that I set. It's called Splat. But let's just go in here and see what's happening. So in the menu, you've got balance. This doesn't do anything anymore. I've tried. There's no Virgin Mobile service. It tries to send something. It just doesn't come back with anything. Top up opens the web browser. That also doesn't work anymore. Messaging. So you can go in here. There's send text, Virgin alerts. That used to be where your balances would be. So after you requested a balance or something did come back from Virgin, that's where that would be. Outbox, voicemail, that kind of thing. Group list, message settings, so on. Virgin Extras. So when you tapped Virgin Extras, it would actually open up the web browser where you could go in here. You couldn't go to websites or anything like that. Not from what I remember anyway. You could only see what was on the Virgin Mobile page, basically, as far as the extras, so ringtones, that kind of thing. I don't think callback tones or anything they weren't in existence at that point yet. Maybe they were, I don't know. But we'll say done. Hold on a sec. Let's just end out of that later. Okay. Also, one other thing to note, the battery on this phone, I fully charged it. Now, again, this battery is very, very old at this point. So it was dead when I pulled it out of the box, which I expected, and pulled it in. But it does not last any amount of time at all. I get a little bit out of it, but not too much. Maybe a little over a day, which is not heavy use of any sort. Games. So there's Tetris, Brick Attack, and Doodler. Doodler is a, Brick Attack's like the BlackBerry game. Tetris is Tetris. And Doodler, was actually, I remember this, as a kid, you actually could go in here and do literally doodles. It was very difficult. I don't even remember how to properly do it. Yeah, there you go. So kind of going like you would do with Snake in a way. Okay, yeah, that is definitely a little bit more difficult than I remember. All right. So it did have some games in here. Contacts, pretty self-explanatory, recent calls. Settings, tools. So tools had your typical date book, alarm clock, tip calculator, world clock, timer, stopwatch, and flashlight. So one thing about this phone, it did have a flashlight on it. So you could get to it from this way and it would actually keep the light on pretty much all the time until I think it turned off after 10 minutes. Or you could go to this main or on your main page here and press the clear button, and it would, if you held that down, it would hold that light on for you. All right, so let me just go through a little bit of the things on this that I, remember from the old days. So like this ringtone, Virgin tone. I remember this very vividly. The Butler. I actually had this one at one point in time too. All right, so you guys get the drift there. All right. The one thing with this device, when it came to ringtones, this could actually have real music ringtones. So the K7 Rave that came before it could not. It had, I guess they would be polyphonic at that point, I guess is what you would call them. You could have those type ringtones. So not real music, just kind of sounded like the song. Display, you were able to put a banner there. Right now it's just set as Virgin Mobile. Flashing lights. All right, so this is when it called, or so when you received a phone call, the phone could flash in a particular way. And I remember this. I think that you could set them for individual people as well in the settings, but it would flash like this. I have it set to rhythm right now, which I actually think is pretty cool. Main menu view, you could go and have a graphic or a list. This phone actually comes with list preset. The K7 I had, I vaguely remember it coming with graphic set. So I don't know, maybe they changed something, I don't know. Screensaver. So this is where you could go in, and it won't let me show these to you without actually putting them on here, but you can put different screensavers that comes up. So like that little bug splat will come up. So if I give it a second, this is, I don't know what Flying V is, but we'll find out here in a second. There we go. Okay. All right. So it's literally birds and a V. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually make a phone call to this device. So as you can see, it is ringing, and the rhythm setting is on here. Virgin tone is playing as well. So like I said, this phone actually does work. It makes calls pretty well. It actually is not bad at all. I definitely, you know, again, Sprint has improved greatly over those years. Again, CDMA is on its way out. But overall, it was a pretty decent phone. I'll be honest with you, it has like a new... I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's got like a new phone smell, which is just plastic. But honestly, for a phone that has been sitting all of these years since 2004, I mean, think about it. It is, it's just sitting there. You know, I have no idea the environment it was in, but yeah, overall it's holding up well. I forgot one other piece about this device too. You could change the front. I never actually did this. I never actually even, I'm sure you could buy them from Virgin Mobile directly, but I never actually did it. But yeah, so that is the Kyocera K9. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good one.